lot of people out. So
Tanya, now you see I was watching you, and I want to mention a few things out of Germany. Uh, the fucking German Nazis, computer stuff of the military defense, they asked me if I want to move inside Ukraine. That was a computer Nazi crew of Chancellor Olaf Scholz, you know, and that computer Nazi crew is still terrorizing inside my brain cells, you know, ugly, disgusting human beings who sit day and night behind a fucking Nazi computer machine and terrorize human beings inside the brain cells. They own the brain. Can you imagine that? That fucking German computer Nazis. First they place the mind inside the body, then they build a computer connection to the embedded chip, and then they programming human brain cells. And after they programmed us, they have access to dreaming cells, they have access to seeing cells, they have access to sleeping cells, they have access to listening cells, and that fucking computer Nazis terrorize day and night inside the hearing cells. They are spying inside your thoughts, and depending on how long you are victim of that computer technology, you start losing your memory, you know. They burn your thinking cells away, that wicked coward Nazis from Germany. Yes, that's the reality. The holy Nazi army. And they torturing inside sleeping cells. And they stop you from working. They stop you from owning your own money. That fucking wicked coward Nazis. Yes, they started in 1993, keeping me awake and stopped me from working to keep me more easily under control. That wicked coward Nazis, to shut my mouth, you know. And when I ask the police to help, the prosecutors, they turn all the torture details down. That does not exist. And then they start getting happy because some people think you're mental sick and you belong in a mental hospital, or only chemical drops and poison can help you, you know. That's also, uh, they are glad that things like that happen to their tortured victims as well, you know. And I want to talk about your uh, industry. At the moment, we have the same problem ongoing in Cuba, you know. The only way to produce electricity for the Cuban people population, with all, including what there is, the entire island, you know, they need oil to produce electricity. They don't have other opportunity to produce electricity, yes, using oil. And now they sanction the country and they don't let the oil inside. So the pilots who land there, The planes, the aeroplanes cannot fill with kerosene anymore. You know, they don't have electricity anymore. They don't have uh, diesel anymore. They don't create benzene anymore. Huh? The entire uh, country is getting down. And it means they don't have the opportunity to delivering goods. And also railway doesn't work anymore because they are depending on electricity, which they don't have anymore, which they don't delivering and producing anymore because the American government blocks the oil tanker coming in to Cuba, you know? And what you want, huh? What you want, what you expect from fucking countries, NATO countries, who doesn't care about things like that, you know? They don't have the right to own electricity, the entire population. They think it's funny what they're doing. Huh? And the entire European community that doesn't say a word about that. Huh? Yes, they always go in partnership. Huh? Now they also threaten Iran again, from both sides. Huh? And the fucking European NATO allies, huh? They also getting prepared. There will be another war. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. And the fucking European country again put Iran under sanctions. Huh? You see how they're working together, that fucking holy NATO pussy? Huh? And now look at the situation inside your country. Huh? He is begging for new air defense. Huh? See at your electricity, at your water, at your heating systems. That fucking take years to repair. It's not a small damage, it's a big damage. And to build a station like that, it takes years. Huh? And now, look at the reality. If you don't have electricity for the production companies who producing all the goods you can buy in a shopping mall, huh? If they don't have any kind of electricity, how can they produce the food, the drinks, all the things you buy in any kind of shopping mall? Huh? So, it means the big storage facilities who buy direct from the producer, huh? Yes, they don't produce anymore. They can't buy anymore. Huh? They're running out of shortages, you know? They're getting less and less and less products to deliver to your local food store or shopping mall. And there's no one of the entire NATO who talks about things like that. Huh? It's not worth to mention. Huh? Yes. And when you know it takes such long time to repair the facilities, you know, uh, you lost already. Huh? So if you take drugs like cokes, huh, and get invited by the German Chancellor or the French Prime Minister to take some notes, huh? Yes. If you don't see the reality is there. So what you want? Huh? More air defense. Huh? More air defense. Huh? actually you don't have any kind of working air defense. So it means when Russia want to target the home of Mr. Zelensky, he can scan, he can observe, he can see out of the space where he's living, where he's hiding, and he can send a direct message like your president did with the private home of Mr. Putin. Huh? And it was your president who actually said, so long as Mr. Putin is president of Russia, there will be no peace, no ceasefire talking going on. So, you were lead as entire country through that conflict. And what you got now? Huh? Yes. I mean, it's not only the winter time, it's also the springtime, it's also the summertime. You don't have electricity anymore. You don't have any kind of water anymore. You don't have any kind of, huh? What should we target next? Huh? I mean, look at that reality. This is the reality. So, I mean, hope, it's the wrong thing. So, I don't understand why Mr. Klitschko doesn't see things like that, doesn't mention things like that. Because he is responsible also for food, for drinks, for all the goods you need in the storages. If you don't worry about things like that, you don't see the reality. Huh? I mean, the real reality. Huh? NATO is not a nice community. No, it's not. That fucking NATO community also allowed the fucking German Nazis to capture brains, to slave trade brains. And then that fucking Nazis from Olaf Scholz wanted to send me in Ukraine. Huh? Yes, can you imagine that? That fucking German Nazis sit behind a computer linked to brain cells and want to direct you into the front line in Ukraine. Huh? Yes, what a shame. Officially, that time they was talking about 5,000 helmets, you know. And then, yes, Lady Lambrecht has to go. Huh? And then the fucking Nazi Boris Pistorius arrived. But the fucking computer Nazis are still behind the computer and terrorize inside human brain cells. So, yes, this is actually the things out of Europe. Yes, out of Germany. Germany, they are postmodern Nazis. That's the reality. Take care.